Welcome, as Ringling Brothers are proud to present to you Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Yes, folks, the circus is finally here and ready for the show to begin tomorrow for your entertainment, the world's entertainment, everybody's entertainment. The fight everyone's talking about all week on every boxing podcast, every boxing channel, network, whatever it had to do with boxing, man. Everybody talked about this fight. They overshadowed the other fights. They overshadowed women's history, 12 3-minute rounds. Overshadowed a great Foster versus Hernandez fight, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. It won't overshadow that for me. But hey, we can't ignore this, man. We can't ignore it. It's a boxing fight with a real boxer, unlike Jake Paul and KSI and all these other guys who want to, these YouTube boxers. I can ignore them because they're not real boxing. This guy is a real boxer. So I can't ignore this fact that a real boxer is in the ring, a real active boxer is in the ring against an MMA guy. Once again, fellas, we've seen this story before. We know how it happens. We know how it ends. We know this. But hey, welcome to the show once again, man. This is episode 24, man. I'm going to call this the Ringling Brothers Circus, baby. That's what it is. This is Bourbon and Boxing, where the drink is bourbon and the talk is boxing. Today we are drinking on Noble Oaks. I kind of just picked it out, and I kind of regret picking it out. It's not my favorite. It's not really that good. Doesn't go down that smooth. It's kind of rough. Whatever. I picked it out. Now I got to live with it. It is what it is. Folks, I'm just going to live with it, man. Like this Fury versus Ngannou fight. I'm just going to live with it, man. I'm going to do what I do with it, man. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to break it down for you. There's nothing to break down. Fury, one punch. Ngannou to the ground. Fight over. Pretty much. Don't think it'll be that fast. Of course, Fury's going to carry the fight. Ngannou did nothing to sell this fight, guys. He just came to get a paycheck, man. That's how I really feel. Like, yeah, is he training? Of course he's training. What else has he got to do? So, of course, he's in there training for the fight. And they brought in Mike Tyson to sell the tickets, to help sell the tickets. It's ludicrous, man. They brought me in. I'm in here with this guy. He's kind of a monster, but he's not a monster. I don't know what to do with it. I got to sell the fight for him. He's not really willing to talk about the fight. It's ludicrous. And he's going up against a guy with the same name as me. It's ludicrous. It's Mike Tyson. We're here to sell the fight. Sorry, that was my Mike Tyson impression. Thank you. Brought to you by Jeffrey Folds. Hope I don't get sued or my ass kicked by Mike Tyson. But anyways, man, this fight, not much to break down. Not a whole lot to talk about. Everybody all week has been talking about it, guys. We saw the press conference, the weigh-in, the open practices. I mean, it's been all week, man. All week long with this. They've been selling the shit out of this. They have, And, of course, Fury is going to sell it. His dad and him, their characters, man, they say what they say. They entertain people, even though his dad's a little annoying to me. John is a little annoying. It's not his time. Set the fuck back and shut up. Let your son do the talking. It's his fight. He's the one in there fighting. You're, I'm going to fight. Me and Mike Tyson going to fight. Oh, me and Mike Tyson. Like, trying to sell your own shit, man. The way he acted there in the Tommy Fury fight, like, this dude's, he's crazy, man, for real. But, hey, man, outside of that, I don't have a whole lot to say about this fight. I think it goes with Fury pretty much just dominating the shit out of Ngannou. What is Ngannou going to do? Go train for 2 or 3 years, fight a few other heavyweights, and then come back and fight Tyson Fury. That's all I can really suggest that you can do. I got into talking to this fight so much that I forgot to talk about our sponsor, Brown Family Construction. For any of your construction needs in the Northern Kentucky area, hit up Brown Family Construction. You can see them on Facebook. For any other information, hit up Jason Brown Family Construction, where they treat you like family. Sorry about that, man. Also got into it so much, it's just got me so ready to go, so riled up to see a guy who's not a boxer making $8 million boxing. When we got guys like Shakur Stevenson ain't getting $8 million paydays. Tank Davis ain't getting $8 million paydays. Teofimo Lopez ain't getting $8 million paydays. Devin Haney isn't getting $8 million paydays. So, I mean, is it insulting? To those guys, to watch a guy come in and just, hey man, he's getting $8 million. He'll probably never step in the ring again. He's gonna go get fat and happy after this. Make my money and see you, honey. I'm out this mother. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's gonna be. You're gonna skip to the loo, my darling, right out that motherfucking door with $8 million. Take my word for it. Oh yeah, that's very nice. Like I said, it's rough. Doesn't go down that smooth, but I'm gonna live with it. Still gonna give me that bourbon that I like. But on from that fight, man, Francis Ngannou. I mean, doesn't stand a chance. I'm taking Tyson Fury all the way. Of course, if you're not taking Tyson Fury, you're just a fool. But how much of that fight am I gonna watch? I don't know. It depends on what time the Foster versus Hernandez fight lands. What time that ends up landing. I'm thinking they're probably going to be smart enough to try to land that before the Tyson Fury fight because that's going to just completely overshadow it. Uh, you're not going to really have any viewership. I'll be watching it. Hey guys, just know I'll be watching you guys. But so I won't be watching much of that as much as I'll be checking out the Foster versus Hernandez fight, which I think is a huge fight, man, especially for Foster and Hernandez. Hernandez is trying to make a name for himself even more. Foster's trying to show that he is the real deal at this point. Uh, he's not young, but he's still trying to prove that hey, he is one of the elite fighters in the game right now. So he needs to make a name for himself. Taking on a guy like Rocky Hernandez in his own backyard, that's dangerous, man, and that's a hell of a fight to take. And you're definitely risking it. That is a 50-50 fight. So a lot of people, why would you take a 50-50 fight? Because he wants to fight the best, obviously. And I like to see that out of guys who want to fight the best, man. So that's the fight I'm most looking forward to. Foster versus Hernandez. That's going to be a good fight. Of course, Foster's going to have to establish that jab, that step back, keep away from that big, heavy hand that Rocky Hernandez has. He's got 24 KOs and 24 fights, guys. He is the real deal. He is a tough guy to take on. But he's going to push the pace of the fight. He's going to push you back. He's going to try to bully you. The most you can do is try to, establish your jab, the step back, and then hope that you can withstand some of those heavy blows coming your way and get out of the bigger blows so you don't get knocked out. That's a tough fight for Foster. The fight that I'm definitely going to be tuning into, man. Off from that, man, we're going to jump over to a little bit of boxing news. December 9th seems to be a war in boxing. Of course, we got the Devin Haney versus Prograis fight. Now you got Showtime possibly announcing a Mayweather versus Mikey Garcia fight. It hasn't been 100%, that fight's going to happen. But if it does happen, it's got a huge undercard that's supposed to happen with it. So, you got Devin Haney Progress on pay-per-view on the Zone. A lot of people are saying that's not a pay-per-view fight. And then you got Mayweather versus Mikey Garcia the same night, December 9th. ESPN was also announcing a fight December 9th, and I think it was in a way. So if that happens, that'll probably be over in Japan earlier in the day. But you could possibly have a big platform war going on December 9th. Showtime's last hoorah, pretty much, out the door. They're going to be doing their thing. They want to end with a bang. Pretty much everything started with Floyd. They're going to end it with Floyd. I get that. A fight against Mikey Garcia, even an exhibition, is a fight I'd like to watch, especially if you got a couple good undercards on there. Thurman, Stanley is one that I heard, but now I heard that both of those guys will be on the card, but they'll be fighting different people. All that fun stuff. But, man, that's the news that I was hearing this week. I thought, man, December 9th could possibly be a platform war for boxing. Who's going to get those viewers that night? Is Showtime going to show up the Zone on their very last night in boxing? On one of the Zone's biggest nights with Haney and Progress. But it is a pay-per-view fight, and everybody's kind of saying the same thing I say. I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight either. I don't think the number's going to do well. But that's going to be what happens if PBC goes over to the Zone, guys. Every fight's going to be pay-per-view. You're not only going to pay for a monthly subscription to the Zone, you're also going to be paying for pay-per-view for every single, even itty-bitty fight. I mean, they're literally putting Garcia versus Diarto on pay-per-view, guys. So they're going to put that on there. They're going to put every fucking fight on there that even has somebody decently named in it. They're going to put it on pay-per-view. So just prepare that if PBC goes that route, you're going to be paying out the ass for every goddamn fucking fight. So enjoy that if that happens. I'm not going to enjoy it. You know, not going to be fun paying all that extra money. I won't be able to afford it. I know a lot of people won't be able to afford it. So that'd be bad for boxing all the way around. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. Wanted to make this a short show just like I made yesterday. I made a little show yesterday giving a shout out to Amanda Serrano and Ramos for the first women's 12-3 round fights. I was watching a little bit before I jumped on here. It was getting late. I had to cut the fight off. Amanda Serrano was dominating the fight over Ramos so far, really showing that those extra minutes really doing her great. And what I saw was a decent undercard. Jake Paul, MVP Productions, pretty cool. Like I said, promotion-wise, he's probably going to be good for the sport. As a boxer, keeps calling himself a professional boxer. Stop doing that, Jake. You're not a professional boxer till you fight another professional boxer and actually become a professional boxer. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me for Bourbon and Boxing Man. You guys want to do a shot with me before I take out of here? Like I said, a short episode. Just wanted to chime in on the Circus show, man. Everybody is talking about it. I thought, why not, man? Why not give it a shout out? Even if I'm only going to watch a little bit of it, if I watch any of it, man, I know it's going to be a big spectator for boxing. It will bring a lot of attention to the sport of boxing, so I can't really cry about that, right? Even if it's not the attention you want brought to boxing. But, hey, it's Tyson Fury, man. He's always going to be a show. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me for episode 24 of Bourbon and Boxing. I'm your host, Jeff, man. Thank you. Have yourself a great night, guys.